Hi, so today I'm going to be showing you the difference between sharp needles, embroidery needles and chenille needles. So I'm going to be just showing you the difference in sizes, the shapes of them, and just the different sizes in the sense of like what you can use them for. So let's get going. So these are the needles I'm going to be showing you. So I've put them on this black, just like velvet, just so you can see the eyes a bit better. But these are what they come in. I sell these ones. I've just discontinued these ones purely because I don't sell them too much, but I've used a 5p, an English 5p piece and a 6-strand cotton just to show you the differences. So the sharps, as I say, I don't generally use very much, purely because the eyes are quite small and I generally use more than like a couple of strands generally. But if I was doing any sort of like dressmaking or crafts that just generally use like a 1 strand or anything like that, I would probably use these purely because the eye is a lot thinner, so it doesn't have that hole, it won't create like a hole in the fabric as big as the other needles would, but it's only very slight. And like I say, I generally wouldn't really use these. But these are quite good, like I say, if you're just using like a single strand or you're doing dressmaking or just general crafting. But yeah, you can see the sizes there, so the higher the number, the smaller the needle. And you can see that they become shorter as well as smaller in the eye. And then you have, these are embroidery needles. So these are, also you can see on these that the eye is a lot more rounded on the very end. So it hasn't got much of a point to it at all. Whereas these have more of a point to them. So you can see the ends are a bit more pointy. And yeah, generally the eyes are longer. So you can see here that the eyes are a lot longer than these ones. So these are a little bit shorter and more rounded here. Whereas these are a longer eye. So they're a bit easier to thread as well. If you struggle to see the eye or anything like that, these are a lot better in the sense of like being able to thread them. Again, the higher the number, the smaller the needle. So it would be a case of they would become shorter and the eye is smaller. So the less strands you use, the smaller the needle you generally would use. I generally stick to a, there is other sizes available. I would generally use like sort of a 6 or maybe a 5, or even maybe a 4, depending on, again, how much I was, like what I was embroidering. If I was using like a metallic thread, I would use a bigger eye needle, so maybe like a 3, or 4 again. And then if you were going to use like sort of 2 strands, again 6 or 8, there is a 5 as well. And yeah, so for comparison, there is a 5p piece, there is a 6 strand, so you can kind of see how many strands you're going to fit in each of these needles. And I'll do the same for this one. So you can see that these wouldn't fit all these in, and it would just create a huge hole with this. So you're just going to really struggle to pull the needle through with this, because you're not going to get it in. You're not going to get all these threads in that eye. And then we've got chenille needles. So these, I would use these more than I would sharps, but I wouldn't really use them a lot unless I was doing some sort of like really thick thread, or using wool, for instance, or if I was couching something that has thick fabric, thick thread. These are a lot like tapestry and cross stitch needles, so in the sense that they are longer and they have huge eyes, like longer eyes. And the only difference between them really is the sense that these are a lot more sharper than tapestry and cross stitch needles. So I would use these more if I was doing, like I say, a thicker thread, or I wanted something, if it was quite dense, like if I'd done a lot of embroidery and it was quite dense, something like that, you know, a bit stronger to get it through. But yeah, but those are the differences. If you have any questions, please let me know. I am going to be selling these chenille needles now in packs just like these. I just haven't made them up yet. These are discontinued. You can get them still in a few of the mystery grab bags if there's any of those left. And yeah, I sell these, so you get quite a lot of sizes in these. As I say, I do sell the embroidery needles like these, and the good idea with these is that you can see the sizes according to the needle next to it. So that's why I sell these like this, because a lot of the time when you buy embroidery needle packs, especially like various packs, they don't say what size the needle each needle is. So generally you get like a pack and then it just says like sizes 5 to whatever, and you don't know which one's which. So it's good in the sense of you can pick which one you like, but then it takes you a while to figure out what size that actually is. So that's why I sell these like this, so you can see the size and then you can be like, right, I like this size, let's get more of these or whatever. I've just discontinued these, so but there is a few left still on the mystery grab bags that are left. So if you would like to try them, feel free to try one of those. And as I say, I am going to be selling the chenille needles soon in the same way. So I will just be selling the 5 sizes that you've just seen, and they will be sold like this. Please let me know if you have any more questions or if there's anything else I can show you. It was quite difficult to record this in the sense of trying to show you the comparison of the sizes, because obviously they're so tiny, it's hard to, and I don't really have anything else that I could use to compare the sizes. But if you are a beginner and you are just starting, I would recommend you would get some embroidery needles. I generally use sizes sort of 4 to 10-ish. So if you get a variety pack like that, like I said, these are really good in the sense that like I have all the sizes on these. And then I would recommend you get some chenille needles, purely because they're a bit easier to thread if you are starting off. I wouldn't recommend them solely just for embroidery unless you're using the smaller size, which here I've got is size 26. There is lots of other sizes available, but these are generally just the ones I want to show you because they're generally just the popular sizes, unless you were doing something really specific. I hope that was really helpful. Like I say, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If there's anything else I can show you, please let me know, and I will see you next time. Bye.